get dressed for what should be a night of fun. Hi everyone. Hi everyone, Sharon here, A Dress Restyling. Thank you so much for joining me for another Let's Get Dressed. This time I'm heading out to meet some friends. We're meeting for dinner and then we're supposed to go dancing afterwards. But let's just play it by ear. Let's just see what happened. So for that, I decided that I just wanted to get dressed up. I just want, sometimes you just want to look special. So I just wanted to look special tonight. So I'm wearing this dress. This red dress, never worn it before. I actually ordered it from Amazon when I was going on my cruise, the cruise I went with my friends, because we were supposed to wear red on one of the nights. It didn't quite work out though. It didn't quite work out because everybody didn't wear red. So I had ordered, this is one of the red dresses I ordered, and I decided to keep it because I like the fit of it. So I'm going to wear this tonight. So let me put it on and I'll be right back. Alright, the dress is on. Y'all, when I tell you the struggle to zip this dress up, I almost changed my mind about wearing it. Anyhow, I got it on. It is a bodycon dress, but the beauty of it is the amount of stretch it has. Woo! And believe it or not, I didn't even have to put on any under thing underneath it. All I have on is I wrapped my breast with the tape, and that's it. I do see a little lump right here though. Maybe I should put on one of those. I do have a little lump. And I do have on stockings. I have on stockings. So, oh yeah, that's why I taped my breast and I have on stockings. I don't have on anything else underneath it. But I'm wondering if I do, because it's not smooth, It's not smooth out. I do see this right here, this little thing right here. I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Let me go put one of my under thing to smooth it out to see what I think. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. It did smooth me out just a smidgen right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. Now for shoes. I have had these shoes. These are Shoe Dazzle shoes. I have had them for years. Years. And I've only worn them once. Now, the color is a little bit off from the dress, but I think it should work. So let's try it. Let's put it on and see. And I hope it works because this is the only shoe I pulled out. So I'm betting on it. I am really hoping it works. It gives a little bit of the bling that I want with the silver snake that it has right there. Now I hope these shoes are comfortable. Like I said, I've worn them once years ago. They feel comfortable on. I will say that. Oh, by the way, y'all, I'm wearing the right dress. It is wet, rainy, and cold out today. So this really body-hugging dress is exactly what I need, because then I won't have to worry about a coat so much. Because when you're going out and you carry a coat, then you have to worry about hanging the coat and all of that. And I don't want to be bothered with it tonight. Let's see. Oh. Let me hook this one up. The first one hooked really easy, which was a good thing, because y'all know sometimes I struggle with hooking up the shoes. And just as I said that, this one is giving me problems. Just as I said that, literally. Okay, where's the thing? Okay, there we go. Just as I said that, I couldn't find the little hole. Alrighty. Whew. Okay, let's look at this bad. Yep. Look at it. Look at it. Let me center the little snake. It's different. These are pretty comfortable. Oh, can I dance in these? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, they work. I had to give the the ability to dance test just in case. Just in case. Oh, sorry, y'all. Still have a runny nose. Okay, so it passed the ability to dance test. I think the color is okay. Shades of red. Not too bad. Now for earrings. Oh goodness, y'all, I gotta hurry. I'm running late. I was helping my sister get dressed. She's going to a formal event with her fiance, and it's a black tie event, and it's an annual thing. So every year I have to style her and get her dressed for that event. So I'm running late because I was helping Sissy out, but it's okay because she told me 2 months in advance. I just happened to have forgotten. But anyhow, so okay. So this is the earring I'm wearing tonight. These things are old, but y'all know, oldie but goodie. Okay, so that's the earring. Obviously tonight I will not need a sunglasses at all. I'm carrying this clutch. It's not gold. It's like a pewter colored clutch, but I like it. I think it works. And another oldie but goodie, but this one I thrifted years and years ago. All right, now for fragrance. Oh, I didn't show you my rings. Okay. Oh, where's my bracelet? Oh, I left it in the room. Oh well, maybe I don't need to wear it, because the fact of the matter is the sleeves are so long, stuff is going to be hidden. But this is just the ring, my sterling silver rings that I'm wearing tonight. A little bling bling on my hands. That's it. Now for my fragrance, there's no need to even ask what it's going to be, because it's going to be Old Save the Queen. Oh, put a little bit right here, a little bit right here. And a little bit right here, a little bit right there, more than a little bit, oh, a little. Okay. Whew. So this is the look for the evening. I'm liking it, y'all. I like this look. Oh. Yes, darling. Yes. All right, let's go. You guys are coming with me. Let's go. Okay, y'all. I'm here. I am so late. It's pathetic. Hold on. Oh, my goodness. This is what happened when you double book. So we're meeting for dinner, and then we're supposed to go out dancing. But the weather is not the best. The rain it kind of stopped a little bit. It's not pouring as much as it was. All right, so let me get in this restaurant to meet the ladies. I did let them know that I was running late, though, so they know that I'm on my way. I'm just running late. All right, let me go in.
The
Same age. That's why. You see me not saying anything, right? Because Bella and Seiko is the same age.
Same age. You know, it is sad, but
yeah.
at least you relieved of that duty.
But you know what?
Because I can't wait till I'm relieved in the right way.
Right.
You know, I want to.
Like Bella now, she can't go up and down the stairs.
See, that's not. Oh, okay.
I have to. Yeah, she can't.
Yeah.
A month ago, she was trying, and she fell, and my heart just stopped. You should see me running down the stairs trying to get to her. So now I have to take her upstairs and downstairs, and she will not stay downstairs. She has a bed downstairs, but she will not stay unless I am down there. So if I am not home or I am not down there, she won't stay. So I have to make sure before I leave the house, she's upstairs, because otherwise she'll try and go upstairs herself.
And those were
Wait a minute, 1 second. This is our amazing waiters here at Joey D. Come closer, because it's tracking my face. There you go.
DJ Osmo.
Yeah.
We know technology well.
Yeah.
Thank you. Friends, thank you so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure. You're welcome.
So we're here at Joey D's. This is my first time here. Pam suggested it. Hold on, let me give Pam her props. One moment.
I didn't suggest it.
Who did?
Quincy.
Oh, sorry. Quincy suggested Joey D's. Hey, Quince. And there go Pam over there. So Quince is going to leave us here tonight, but Pam and I are going to go shake a leg later.
Oh, yeah.
Let me show you what we got. So, oh my goodness, Quincy, hold on. Woo! Quincy, what you got?
I have a grilled chicken salad.
Okay, Quincy got the grilled chicken salad.
Yes.
And Pam, what you got?
Some more ketchup for you now.
Burger.
Pam got the smokehouse burger with those. Oh, look at those fries. Those fries look good. And I got the broiled. I got the broiled salmon with baked potato. So.
Did I pour some Maria?
Oh.
Look at more people need it.
I'm gonna dig in and I'll let you guys know how this tastes. All right. I decided to have a little sit down chit chat after my announcement, just to kind of let you guys know some of my plan. I want to thank you guys so much. The amount of well wishes, and I'm so happy for you, and you know, it was overwhelming. It was just so heartwarming. I know in my heart of heart that I have the best supporters, but every time you guys proved me right. Yes! Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you, your support, your well wishes, your prayers. Thank you. I am so looking forward to my what's the word, to what God has in store for me. This will turn I just went blank. I am so looking forward to that. I am so excited. I have such plans, but you know, I am planning and I'm talking to God. As I make my plans, we're having a conversation, because you know, man plan, God laughs. So and I'm like planning and asking him if this is your will for me. But I am so excited. And I just wanted to come on here and thank each and every single one of you. I truly appreciate all the prayers and the well wishes. And you know, the thumbs up and like, you go girl. I am so excited. I just can't wait. But I also got a lot of questions, you know, and and someone was like, you know, you only have 2 more years before 65. Stay. And to that amazing person, I just can't. You know, it's kind of like I have just made up my mind, and I'm struggling right now just to stay and the 3 months that I promised them until May 9th. I am really struggling. And if I ever thought that maybe I made the wrong decision, these past week or two has just reminded me that, nope, you made the right decision. Because when I tell you, Oh my gosh, I have had so much work. I don't even know. And I've been so tired. And it's just these past couple of days and this week has reinforced for me personally that the decision I made was the right one for me. Sure, it's gonna cost me, but like I've said before, you cannot pay for peace of mind and your health. I mean, you can't. Peace of mind. Oh, so because of everything that's happening, I made the best decision for me, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to exit. Now, as I've told you guys, I am a corporate controller, and someone in the comment section was asking me about accounting, and they're thinking about going into accounting, and she wanted me to give my 2 cents, my input, my thoughts. And I'm going to say this. I became an accountant by default. It was not something that I enjoyed doing. I was good at it, yes, because I was, I grew and I got promoted and promoted and promoted. But it was not what I wanted to do. Accountants will always be around because as long as you have a company or a company, an organization, a business, they're going to need someone to do their books. So it's a job that will always be there. However, for me, because it was not something that I really wanted to do, it was simply an ends to a means. That's all it was, simply an ends to a mean, and the pay was very good. I kept getting promotions, I kept getting increases, and I made really good money. But it did not bring me joy. And at 63 years old, if I had to do it all over again, that's not the path I personally would have taken. I say, listen, it pays well. You can always find a job because companies will, if there's a business, they're going to need an accountant. However, I think if you should do it because it's something that you want to do and something you enjoy doing. Do not do it simply for the money aspect of it, because ultimately you will not be happy, because that was the situation with me. And long term, you will be miserable, and it's really not worth it. It is a good industry. It is there's always a job security, essentially, because like I said, if they're businesses, they're going to need accountants. They're going to need someone to manage their books. It's a necessity. You always need an accountant. So, but only go in that field if that's what you like doing and if you think it will bring you joy. Case in point, I'm going to tell you guys a story about something that happened with me 20 years ago. I had the opportunity to pivot, but I didn't. And I think about that opportunity a lot. And for me, it was a missed opportunity. So I was working for this company and I was the accounting manager there at the time. And I had the opportunity to switch and go into operations. But because I didn't have any operational background, I would have to take a salary cut. And I chose not to. That was one of my biggest mistakes. And I think about it to that day because had I taken the salary cut and pivoted, I would have been a lot happier. And I was very short-sighted because in that position that the direction I was going, I had the opportunity to grow much faster and my earning potential would have been greater. However, because I was so short-sighted, I didn't see it at the time because I'm like, I can't take a $15,000 salary cut. I can't afford that. But that would have been a short-term sacrifice for long-term gain. So I just want to say, if you're doing something that you don't enjoy and you have the opportunity to pivot, and you may have to take a salary cut, but if you see the potential for growth in the position that you're taking the salary cut, my recommendation is to take it, because this is just temporary. That's just it's a pivot, and it's just a short term. Because as long as there's growth potential and there's earning potential, you can recoup and go and surpass your current salary. Because had I pivoted like I should have, because I truly believe that God put that opportunity for me to take it, and I let it go by. Because the way how it came about, now that I think about it, the way how it came about, there is no way that opportunity should have come to me. But all I had to do was be willing to take a salary cut. And because I was so short-sighted, I didn't realize that salary cut would have been temporary. And had I gone in that direction, I could have far increased my salary potential at this stage in my life right now. But, c'est la vie. It is what it is. I took the road that I was sure about versus trusting God and saying, you know what, you brought this to me. Let me travel the path less traveled. And sometimes, we have to travel the path less traveled. So I just wanted to share that, and to my supporter who asked the question, and just give you some food for thought so that you could, just think about your options out there. Now, I also want to tell you guys some of the plans that I have coming up. Like I said, man plan and God laugh, but we're in constant conversation. So, y'all know that I always wanted to leave the U.S. in retirement. Now, my plan for retirement was 2-3 years down the road. Well, now it's not anymore. Now it's today. So I've been doing some research, and initially I wanted to go to Portugal. Was my number one spot. I love Portugal, and when I left Portugal, I felt like I was leaving my home behind because I loved it. But I was just thinking of myself, and y'all know I love my grandchildren. Especially the little king, the one that's here with me all the time. Him and I are like this. And my son, conversation that I've had with my oldest son, and he said, Mom, you leaving, retiring in a different country is fine. I have no objections to that. But the only issue he's ever had is if something happens to me and he can't get to me quickly. And I'm thinking, I'm going to be fine. But we don't know. We have no idea about the future. And he says, I just need to be able to get to you as soon as possible, as quickly as possible, just in case. Because he said, if something happens to you and I cannot get to you, it would be awful for me. So I'm trying not to be selfish. I don't want to be selfish. And I think it's very special. I'm very blessed. I am so very blessed to have children in my life who is thinking about me, and their main concern is being able to get to me quickly in case of emergency. Some people have kids who don't care. They don't care about their parents. They don't care. And initially, when he was objecting to me relocating, I was looking at him like, you can't tell me what to do. And then he had to break it down to me. He's like, no, Mom. I don't object to you relocating. I just need to be able to get to you, because I think I had told him Africa too, because I was thinking about Africa. And he says, it's like, location, Mom, we just need to be able to get to you in case of emergency. Because think of us, if something happens to you and we're over here in the U.S. and we can't get to you. So when he put it in that perspective, I thought about him like, you know what, he's right. You're right. I'm being selfish. I'm thinking about what my needs are, and not necessarily thinking about you as my children who love me dearly, want to protect me, looking out for me, and want to get to me in case of emergency. That's a beautiful thing. How blessed am I? And I'm very thankful for that. So, because of that, I've been doing some research. And I've come up with 2 new places that I'm considering. Now, two of the places I've not really spent, and one of them I've never ever been. One I've spent some time but never really, thought or considered relocating. But what I'm thinking about doing, y'all know I'm going to Oslo, Norway in May. That's vacation. I'm going to spend a week there. And then when I come back, my son in California wants me to come and spend a month with him. I don't know if I could do a month, maybe 2-3 weeks, because of Bella. I have my dog, so I have to see if my daughter can take care of Bella for me for that month. And plus I have some other stuff going on. So maybe 3 weeks in Cali when I come back. My granddaughters get out of school in June, from June through August. So spend some time with them. And then when I come back, I am thinking of spending 1 month, one place I'm planning, looking at for retirement, and another month someplace else that I'm looking at for retirement. So the two places that I'm considering, the two countries that I'm considering, and I'm really excited about, I don't know the area yet because I still need to do more research because, like I said, excuse me, because I did this 3 years earlier than I initially planned, 2-3 years earlier than initially planned, it's kind of like I got to speed it up. Something got caught in my throat. So the two countries that I'm thinking about, based on my preliminary research, is Panama and Mexico. So between August to December of this year, I want to go to Panama and spend 1 month in Panama, and I want to go to Mexico and spend a month in Mexico. What I have to do is figure out which city in the country. I know the countries, but I have to figure out the location, the city in the countries that I want to go spend a month. And maybe I may have to do this a couple times, go to different cities in the countries and spend some time there to determine if that's where I want to, settle. I'm sorry. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. I am so excited. When I tell you I've been reading and I have watched so many videos about Panama and Mexico relocating. I am so excited. Now, more than likely, one of my son will be coming with me, at least for the first 2 weeks when I go to that country, just to check things out. My youngest son is going to go on one trip with me, and my oldest son is going to go on the other trip with me. Yeah, I love it. I love them. Because they're like, okay, Mom, Tone says, okay, Mom, I'll come to Panama with you, and Will say, okay, Mom, I'll come to Mexico with you. Just give me the dates and the times and so forth. So I'm thinking they could come and spend a week with me, and then they can go, so I can experience it on my own by myself, put on my big girl panties on, and see if it's someplace I can live alone there, because I will not have, even though it's closer than Europe, I won't have any family or friends there. I will be starting all over on my lonesome at 63. By then I may be 64. So I am so excited. I am so tickled, y'all. I can't wait. I am having this discussion with my Heavenly Father daily. We're talking about it. I say, let your will be done. If this is something you want me to do, let me know. If it's not, you let me know. And I am intensely listening to him, seeking his guidance and his direction every single step of the way. But I am so excited. I'm so excited. So that's my plan for after May. My last day of my job is May 9th. After May 9th, that's what's going to happen. And another thing that I've decided to do after doing research, initially, I was not going to file for Social Security. I wasn't. I was going to wait until 65 to file for Social Security. But in doing my research and looking at it, there's absolutely no reason I shouldn't file now. Seriously. I'm 63. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to get the full amount, but you know what? How do I know I'm going to be alive? You know what I mean? We don't know. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And when I sat down and I did the math, if I collected Social Security now at 63, I will catch up to what I should have earned if I had collected it at 67 by the time I'm 81. So, you know, why not collect it now? After I did the math, I'm like, you know what, Sharon? I was watching this financial guru who was talking about it, and he says, actually, he said start collecting it at 62. He said, I'm going to collect it at 62. There's no reason not to collect it. And when he did the math, it made perfect sense to me. I am like, oh, I didn't think like that. No, because I'm looking at what I'm losing if I collect it early. But it's immaterial for your long-term living. It really is. So for me, I've decided that I'm going to file for Social Security when I leave my job in May, because it makes perfect sense to me. And I think that God sent me to this financial guru because I was just scrolling and I saw this thing say, why wait to collect Social Security? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So I started looking at it. And he was doing the math, and I started doing the math with him. And I'm like, he makes perfect sense. Seriously. Quite frankly, the way how things are going, I don't even know if I'm going to get Social Security. As my mother said, you have to take bad something, make laugh. But, so that's another decision I made. I'm going to start collecting my Social Security. I'm going to do it. So that's the update that I wanted to share with you guys. I am so excited about 2025, 2026. And obviously, every step of the way, that month when I spend in Panama, y'all going to be right there with me because y'all gonna have to help me make the decision between Panama and Mexico, whichever city it is. Oh, by the way, too, if I have any supporters out there who've been to either places, Panama or Mexico City, drop a comment below and give me some input. What cities in those countries you think I would like? Y'all see me, y'all know me. Somewhat. just so because obviously it has to be for me first and foremost, safety is the key. And I used to have it in my head that Mexico wasn't safe. Wrong. Because it's like any other country. In every country you're going to have good, bad, and ugly. Seriously, in every country you're going to have the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's just a matter of you as an individual, make sure you take your safety seriously. Don't go in a place where you're not supposed to go. Not being out there till, after a certain time at night. Why? So if you've been to either country, and let me know your experiences and the city that you visited. I'm really, really curious because later on this year, sure, I'm going to be spending a month in both of them by the grace of God, if that's what he wants. So thank you so very much for hanging out with me. Oh, by the way, the dinner, and then we what I did Saturday night with my friends. It was such a great dinner. It was so wonderful. Our waiter was amazing. He was I'm gonna put the restaurant down below. Let me tell you, the service. I should have brought some water. Something got caught in my throat and I can't get it out. The service. Oh my gosh. Our waiter Oh, I'm gonna put that restaurant below. It's right next to Perimeter Mall. The service was amazing. The food was delicious. I love going to places where the wait staff know that we are their guests and they treat us as such. Our waiter was chef's kiss. So I'll put that information down below. We did go dancing. A little bit dancing. I didn't video that because I wasn't really in that mood. So we did go dancing. I stayed for maybe like an hour or two, and then I left and I came home. So that was the evening. Had fun. It's always fun just hanging out with my friends. But yeah. Oh, I gotta tell y'all something else. Y'all. Y'all. Let me tell you something. I was thinking, something else I'm thinking about doing. I forgot. That's why I have to write things down. I was thinking about it, but then I said, why bother doing it if you're going to leave? So I'm kind of up in the air about it. Is dating over 60 was going to go on maybe one or two dating website and join, because now I have the time. Before I didn't have the bandwidth, because between work and friends and family, I really didn't have the bandwidth. But now I have the bandwidth after May 9th to do that. And I was going to do it for 1 month, sign up on a dating website for 1 month and chronicle what happens. Because y'all, the men that come up to me, they're my son's age. There is this man on IG. I'm going to have to block him. He's been DMing me, and I looked at his picture, I'm like, he looks young. And finally, I asked him, I said, well, how old are you? The man said he's 35. 35. I said, baby, you and my youngest child is the same age. And I got a child in his 40s, okay? So you're the same age as my youngest child. And he's like, no, you're not. I told him my age. That was when I thought I was 62. I said, listen, I'm 62. He's like, no, you don't even look like that. I thought you were in your 40s. I'm like, no, baby, I am not. So Saturday night, when we went dancing, I'm sitting there just minding my own business. This gentleman asked me to dance. I got up to dance. He was age appropriate. We got up to dance. And while I was dancing with the age appropriate gentleman, there's this man. He was sitting at the bar. Do you know when you could feel somebody's eyes it's just like burning like a vapor in your back? And he was sitting there and he's just staring at me. And it got to a point where I started to become uncomfortable. So I'm dancing away, kind of like trying to go in the crowd and telling the person I was dancing with to come with me, so I could kind of like go in the crowd and hide from him. So the minute I got off the dance floor and went and I sat down, here he comes. And he came up to me and he whispered in my ear, he says, "You're beautiful." And I said, "Thank you." And then he walked away. Then he came back and he said, "Do you want to dance?" And I said no, because I was tired. I had just gotten off the dance floor. And then he left. Then he came back and he said, "I would really like to take you out." And I looked at him and I smiled and I said, "How old are you?" And he told me he was 42. I said, "You're the same age as my oldest child." That's a no for me. And he looked at me. He said, "Well, how old are you?" I said, "I'm 63. He said, "You don't look your age." I said, "Thank you. But I cannot have nothing to do with someone the same age as my son. I can't roll that way." I'll tell you a promise I made to my son too. I said, "I just don't roll that way." And he looked at me and he said, "Okay." Then he left. Then he came back and he said, "Please Just, just let me take you out to lunch. You know, do you like Haitian food? I mean, please just let me take you out. And I looked at him, I said, it's not going to happen. And he said, are you sure? I said, I'm positive. It's not going to happen. So then he did this and he walked away. My friend looked at me and she's laughing. I'm like, the problem I have, men my age rarely approach me. Most of the men who approach me are in their 40s and younger, between 35 and 40. So I'm like, okay, what is it about me that tells them that I'm want to date someone 35 to 45? Why? 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 So I want to do a little experiment. I'm not. It's kind of up in the air because when I thought I was going to hang out here for a bit, I said, let me do this experiment and see. But if I leave and go to Panama and Mexico, I may not be able to do the experiment correctly. So I'll let y'all know if I do decide to do that experiment. So let me tell you why I have an issue dating younger men. When I got divorced, my oldest son, Tone, came to me and he looked at me and he, in his face, my baby, earnestly looked at me and he says, Mom, I want you to promise me something. I said, what? He said, promise me you will not date anybody around my age or younger. He said, I know you don't look your age, and guys my age or younger is going to approach you, but you got to promise me that you will not date anybody my age or younger. And I said, absolutely, I wouldn't do that. I said, no, I won't do that because I'd be like dating one of my kids. So I have kept that promise. I have never dated anyone over 5 years younger than me. 5 years was my limit. If you're 5 years younger than me, I can't have nothing to do with you. It was 5 years down, 5 years up. So that I had a 5-year window, either which direction. So that's the reason why anytime any guy in their 40s, you know, come up to me, I'm like, no, homie, can't do it. Can't do it. Made a promise to my son, and he means more than anything. He means the world to me. So I have to keep that promise because he made me promise when me and his father was going through the divorce. My son sat me down and made me promise. He said, you look younger than your age and young men gonna come up to you, so you gotta promise me, Mom. I tell you, oh Lord, love that boy, love that man. He's a man. But you know, they're always your boys, your heart, your babies. Anyhow, let me stop gabbering. Thank you. I sometimes I just like sitting down and just chatting. I feel like, you know, chatting to a group of friends. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to spend some time with me. That is greatly appreciated. I want to thank my supporters. Listen, y'all, the love. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. You know, it's so joyful to have, I'm so happy to have a community that is joyful, who knows that our Heavenly Father knows what He wants us to be and how we should be with each other. It's a blessing. Thank you so very much. If you want to help me grow the channel, thumbs up, comment, and share. Greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I always leave with a reason to smile, and what's interesting, my reason to smile is 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18, and it's about joy. It says, be joyful always, pray continually, give thanks in all in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. He says, give thanks in all circumstances, in the good and bad and the ugly, in all circumstances give thanks. Wow. Doesn't that verse say a lot? And you may ask yourself, who can be joyful in all circumstances? This is happening, that's happening, how can I be joyful? Guess what? We can. We can be joyful. We can do it in all circumstances because we know to who we belong. We know who we trust. We know who we have faith in. We know who is our deliverer. If you are a child of God, you can be joyful in every single circumstances, no matter how dire it may appear at the time. Y'all want to hear a story? Okay. I'll give you a story. When we talk about being joyful in all circumstances, about 20 years ago, I was working for this company. And you remember when we had the market, everything just crashed and I got laid off. So I was an accounting manager and the controller called me in his office. And, I've been with this company for 11 years. I was there for 11 years. And he called me in his office and told me that they're going to have to lay me off. And I said, okay. And, I'll never forget the look on his face. And it was so interesting when he told me what they'll have to do. And I said, okay. And he said, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. And told me when my last day would be. They gave me a severance package because, like I said, I was there for 11 years. And they wanted me to stay through. They were laying me off, I think, was it 2 weeks later? My last day would be like something like 2 weeks later. I said, okay. So the next day, sorry you guys, I wasn't paying attention, the battery died. They said exhausted. But anyhow, where was I? Oh my goodness, where was I? Yeah, I think I got to the point where I was telling you that he called me in his office and they laid me off. I think it wasn't a Friday. It was a Monday. And so, I wasn't leaving immediately. They wanted me to work throughout for the next 2 weeks. So the Tuesday, I went on my way into the office, I stopped at Chick-fil-A and I bought the chicken sandwich for everybody in the accounting department. So I bought a whole tray of chicken sandwich and I took it into the lunchroom. And I, called everybody, the whole team, and told them that I had Chick-fil-A sandwich in the lunchroom for breakfast for everybody. And they were shocked. They were like, aren't you going to be laid off? I'm like, yeah. And you brought everybody in the office Chick-fil-A? Yeah. Everybody was just looking at me like, is she for real? So that's what it means to be joyful always. To be joyful, no matter the circumstances. To give thanks in all circumstances. Because even though I was going to be laid off, I had no worries because I know that my Heavenly Father had my back and He did. Yeah, I didn't miss a beat. I didn't miss a check. Because when I got laid off, I got 6 months severance package, and I kid you not, the month when I was supposed to start collecting unemployment, I get a call from a recruiter I had never worked with, don't know them, but I guess when you're in the industry, people just know you. I get a call from a recruiter and telling me about a controller position in Miami, Florida. When I got the call, I'm like, you're calling me about a controller position in Miami, Florida? And he said, yes. I'm like, I'm in Atlanta. He said, well, it's a controller and it's with a property management company. So I'm just seeing if you're interested in the opportunity. And I smiled to myself because my parents are in Miami. Well, at the time, was in Miami. And I said, you know what? Maybe God wanted me to go to Miami and spend some time with my parents. So, okay, I said to him, sure, I'll go. So he set up the interview and they flew me to Miami. I told him they don't have to worry about a hotel or anything because I could just stay with my mom. So they flew me to Miami for the interview. I went for the interview. Came back by the time I walked back into my mother's house, I get a phone call. You have the job. Never in my life, that has never happened. I'm like, what? I have the job? Yes. So then, I didn't think, I didn't plan for it. So then I had to quickly come back to Atlanta, pack up and leave. So what I did, my daughter was living with me at the time. I just let her stay in my house in Atlanta, and I just drove a U-Haul, packed my clothes. Yeah, it took a U-Haul to pack my clothes. Packed my clothes in the U-Haul and went down to Florida and moved in with my mom because my mother had a 5-bedroom house and it was just her. She was living alone with the dog in a 5-bedroom house. So I took 2 of the bedrooms. She had 1, I have 2 because, 1 bedroom I slept in and the other bedroom was my closet where all my clothes was. So when I tell you, when God have you, he have you. When you trust in him, be joyful always. Pray continually. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Trust and believe that's what he wants us to do. To always, always give thanks continually, no matter the circumstances, because God have us. So my friends, I gotta go. For that reason, I smile. Thank you so much. And until next time, this is Sharon saying bye-bye.